So let's take the worst possible thing. How can you have a loving God who is all powerful and rules this world and have this kind of evil going on at the same time? That's the big question. That's the big question that we're all struggling with probably at one point in our life, one time or another. It's like, what the heck is that? So that's what I want to dig into today. And as is customary on this channel, we're going to look at what the Bible says on this topic. And I'm not going to pontificate for hours and hours on this topic. Honestly, it's not necessary. It just isn't. The problem of evil is a big deal, but I don't think it's a huge philosophical dilemma like some people make it out to be. The Bible gives us a clear understanding of what is going on and why. Now, you can choose to discard what the Bible teaches, or you can choose to believe it. It's up to you. I think it's the only worldview that really makes sense. The biblical worldview is the only one that really makes sense. Now, a lot of people misunderstand what the Bible actually says on a lot of different topics. So there's a ton of misunderstandings about what the Bible says, and we got to get, wade through a lot of that stuff. But it's the one, when you really get it down to as close as we can get to understanding what God has been teaching us through the Bible, then it's like, okay, I get it. So here we go. In order to talk about why evil exists in the world, we got to go back to the beginning of the story, which is creation. So God created the heavens and the earth, and on the earth he created a garden called Eden. And Eden was this place of perfect communion with God, perfect connection with God. There was no sin in the picture at all. No unrighteousness, no selfishness, none of that going on. He had Adam and Eve, and he created Adam and Eve, and he put them in the garden together. And they had a beautiful, unbroken communion with each other and with God. Now, there's something very, very special about the Garden of Eden that God did. He put a tree in the Garden of Eden called the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And he told Adam and Eve, you can't eat of this tree. All the other trees you can eat from, but this tree you may not eat from. Didn't give them a whole lot of reasons why, which is fine. He's God, right? But he says, don't do it. Why? Why would God do that? Well, let's look at that for a second. The fact that he put a tree in there and said, you can't eat of this tree, gave Adam and Eve a choice. It gave Adam and Eve a choice to obey God or not obey God, to trust God or not trust God, basically to love God or to not love God. That choice is huge. That's what we call free will. It's the essence of free will, having a choice. So God created the whole earth, created the Garden of Eden, put Adam and Eve in the garden, and then he went boom, and he dropped free will right in the middle of it. Free will is massive. It's huge. God was trying to create a family. He was trying to create a family, not a bunch of robots. Family and the ability to choose is where you find love, right? Robots don't have a choice. They follow their programming. We live in a culture today where you got AI that's going through the roof, and you've got robots that are becoming more and more prolific and more, I guess, personal. I mean, you can have a robot that I don't know, you can have them, at this point, they're cleaning your house if you want, and mowing the yard or whatever they're doing, and you can have robots you freaking make love to at this point, I think, and I know it's going there. Even if you don't have a robot, you got AI that we're all kind of experimenting with and testing out in different ways probably. But some people I think it's really a big deal for them because they're going to this AI for a lot of things, even relational questions and all that kind of stuff. And the AIs are programmed to be very relational in the way that they respond to us, most of them. And I just want to say, whatever that robot says to you, or whatever that computer spits back at you, that AI, it doesn't love you. Don't fool yourself. That robot don't love you. That AI doesn't love you. It's following programming and protocols. I know it feels real. It may feel very real. And what's a little even more scary when you get further into the depth of where I'm going to go with this whole problem of evil is the fact that there is a demonic realm that's out there. And I don't know where these things get intertwined with some of the computer AI stuff, but sometimes I think that that's a factor. And so what you're getting out of that thing may not just be protocols and programming, but something maleficent. Is that the right word? Something evil. Something that doesn't want the best for you. Anyways, that's the world we live in right now. And it's important to point out because God was trying to create family. He was trying to create a situation where people could truly love him or not. But you have to have the choice in order for it to be truly love. Where there's no choice, there's no love. So, and his intent was that Adam and Eve would take the Garden of Eden and spread it throughout the whole earth.